From the galaxies up above and the valleys down below, you are now entering a new zone, the Egg Boy Zone, in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yolking Around with the Egg Boys, episode number 5. As you guys can see, I have a special guest today, and this is my good old buddy, good old friend, Jaybarber. Dude, I'm freaking excited to have you here. Honestly, it's a blessing to have your presence here.
Oh, come on, man. It's a blessing to be here, you know.
This is my very first interview, so I'm gonna fuck up. Just letting you know.
Me too. It's okay.
But we're gonna have fun. How I know Jaybarber is basically through soccer. I've met him a couple years back, and he's honestly he has been a good guy to me, and I appreciate him coming to the show. And I know that you have something new going on in your life, which is your new studio, Barber Studio. Is that right?
That's correct, man. Yeah, we actually opened up this week on Monday. It was my first day. The name of the barber studio is Obrigado Barber Studio.
That's like thank you in Portuguese, right?
Right. Yeah. So it means thank you or thankful in Portuguese.
Obrigado.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's a cool title, brother.
Thank you, man. Yeah. It's a little different, you know. I was taking a shower one day and I was just thinking like,
I know everything happens in the shower,
right? Yeah. It's like your momentum, your time, and I was even thinking just for the future. Like, I knew in the future I wanted something on my own. So I was thinking, like, what would be a cool name? Just to see what I like, prepare myself. And there's a lot of people from Brazil that follow me. And they're always commenting on my post. They comment something and I reply. And they're like, oh, obrigado, mano, which means thank you, brother. You know? So I'm like, obrigado. I've always liked that word. It's always caught my attention. So I was like, obrigado Barbers. I like the meaning behind it, so I think that's the biggest part is the meaning behind it.
Just being thankful or thank you, just kind of thankful. Thank you, dude. I think you're going in the right way. I think you are heading the right path. Honestly, I like your vibe. I like the vibe that the few times that we've gone to hang out, outside of soccer, whether it is even watching another soccer game, I've always thought that you were freaking hilarious. Like, there's a funny essence to you.
Thank you, man.
And the reason I can sort of confirm that is because I myself feel like I can perceive that funniness in people and not like basically know if they're trying to be funny or if they're genuinely funny.
Like a natural funny.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I definitely see that on you, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
But going back to the whole thought process, isn't it funny how you always like are taking a shit and then the smartest ideas just come to your head, or the brightest ideas? You'd be like pushing a turd and then you're just like, got it.
You know what? I was going to say I was taking a shit, but I don't know if it was too soon. I wasn't in the shower. I was actually in the shitter. I really was. It was late at night. Everyone's asleep. I had music on just for in case, you know, because you never know. You get some loud ones every once in a while. So I was just sitting down, you know, just thinking, man, I should probably get up. But it's when you just process the most amazing thoughts, you know. Like
there's some people that can sit there for hours and not get their legs numb.
That's me.
My legs feel like fucking rubber. If I sit there for long, I'd be looking like Gumby or baby Bambi trying to walk out of the fucking stall, honestly. But it's true. I can't do it. I can only do it for a few minutes. But I've definitely done the whole turning on the faucet thing.
Oh, okay,
so that people think I'm like washing my hands when I'm actually like pushing out shit. Pushing out some shit, you know.
Yeah, that's why I play music, man. I'm just like, fuck.
You put some J Balvin in the back and on the high notes,
with
letting
the
them
big
out.
bass, so they can't hear it. You know. Maybe flush when it's coming out, you know, so.
It's like, how many times does he have to flush? What happened? I feel like that's worse because they're like, damn, he must have taken a mingle monster.
It's not going down. No, man, I'm happy to be here. It's my first podcast, my first interview. I'm excited, man.
It's my fifth one, and it's so far it's been good. I'm very blessed with the turnout that we've been having for Yoking Around. I know that you've said that you watched a couple of the episodes.
Yes.
And honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy every time somebody tells me that they watching the episodes, that they think they're funny, or that they find. Honestly, the meaning of a podcast is just like, at least for this type of style of podcast, is just for someone to disconnect for the daily bullshit,
right?
And just entertainment, and we try to throw in things that so people might learn a little something, might get entertained, just so that people get a little something out of it, but
I like it.
Mostly laughs. Now, Jay, the reason I brought you here is because you're also a barber.
Yes.
And I know that you've been cutting hair for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
How many years exactly have you been?
In March, it'll be 7 years since I first picked up the clippers.
7 years, 7 years,
man.
They say that it takes 10 years to be a professional at something.
That's right? What they say, yeah.
Yeah.
10 years.
How has the road been throughout the...
Luckily for me, I started barbering when it was when I didn't need it to be a job. To me, it was just a hobby.
Leisure kind of thing, like something you like to do.
Yeah, it was just kind of like a free time, kind of like you said, yoking around.
Mm-hmm.
My younger brother, he was probably like 8 or 9, so he didn't care what his hair looked like. So one day I told him, like, you know what, bro? I have some clippers at home because my dad cut my hair every once and then.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, let me cut your hair. And he's like, I don't care. Sure enough, man.
Ballsy guy.
Yeah, dude. I didn't even look at videos or anything. I just went in. I kind of figured how to do it a little bit, but oh man, it's so harder than it looks.
Yeah.
So yeah. I cut it. I think it was March 20 something. When I first cut his hair, I posted a picture on Facebook. That's how I know my reference on when to go back.
Mm-hmm.
And I cut his hair and I totally fucked it up, dude. It looked like shit, really bad. Like it was so uneven everywhere on the head. But I fell in love with the process of knowing that I could do better next time.
Yeah.
So in a couple weeks or a couple days, I didn't even let it fully grow. I was like, dude, let me cut your hair. He's like, again? Like, you just cut it a couple days? I'm like, please, bro. Like, I know how to do it now. Let me keep you
fresh, bro.
I was like, I know how to do it now. So at this time, I looked at a couple videos. There wasn't much video action back in YouTube on barbering.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
At this point, I seen a couple. I think I had two main videos that I watch every day, constantly. And I was like, okay, so he's doing this, he's doing that. Tried it on my brother, and the clipper has this little lever, right? It opens and closes.
Right.
And that's what really like fades. So I didn't know about it. I guess I didn't pay attention to it. And when I would start the line on my brother's fade, and I would try to fade it up, I was just creating a bigger guideline. I was never fading. It was just going higher and higher and higher. Next thing you know, he looked like a cone. So it was ridiculous.
Looked like a pencil.
Yeah, he looked like a freaking Gomeo or something, dude. It was bad, bro.
Did you just have the strip?
Yeah.
I fucked it up. I fucked my own hair like that a couple of times, but I remember from the early instances or memories that I have from cutting hair. I remember back in high school, it was nobody could touch my hair unless they knew what the fuck they were doing.
Right. Yeah.
And I was so anal about that. Like, nobody could touch my hair if it was messed up for some reason. Image was everything in high school.
Yeah.
And as I've gone older, I kind of lost the whole. For me, I don't give a shit, honestly. Like, if it's a good haircut, it's a good haircut, But I know that people have sort of just like sneakers. They gotta be fresh. So is their appearance and cutting hair. Like they'll get freshened up every other day, And it's something very cultural and very basically very unique to a person cutting hair. But going back to your brother and you letting him or he letting you cut his hair, was it better than next time or?
You know what? The second time I cut his hair came out really good, and I thought I was like, okay, I'm progressing, like I'm getting this shit down. The third cut, however, was not good. It's like we started back at 0.0. I don't know what happened. I really don't know, but it was just horrible.
It's kind of like that beginner's luck kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, since you've played sports, and soccer is one of them, and we can relate at a soccer level. Has it ever happened to you that you stopped playing for such a period of time?
Of course.
And then you come back, and that day that you come back, you fucking annihilate. You're good. Your touch is good. Like, you're just on point somehow, someday. And then you come back the next day and you're like, okay, I'm going to do the same thing I did yesterday. Fuck up every single shot, every touch. You're not in it.
That's a perfect reference. That's a perfect reference. I couldn't put it any better. It's weird how that works. Yeah, like you said, or even like condition wise, you haven't ran or done anything in a few weeks, and like you said, you go and run a little bit and you're like, oh, I'm not doing too bad. So you expect for the next day to be that much better, and it's like, damn, I'm dying. Like, I feel like shit.
You feel it. Yeah, definitely.
That's exactly how I was with my haircut. I was like, you know what? It came out really good. I can only imagine for next time how it's gonna come out. It was bad.
And how old were you when you started doing this?
I was either 12 or 13.
So you were young.
Yes, I was in 8th grade, and I was cutting my hair at the time too as well. And it's funny because I would cut my hair really good, but other people's I couldn't. I think it's just the positioning on the clipper in my hair that it was just that much better for me.
Wow. And
so I would give myself a nice haircut, but I would leave long hairs all over, and that's what would kill me. I was like, dang, man,
like your friends would be fucking you up, like, oh, what the hell is this?
Exactly. And then middle school, how people are, bunch of bullies.
Oh, middle school is horrible.
It's horrible, man. So
middle school is toxic as fuck, bro.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. So it's just been a journey since then, man. Just progressing and learning every day.
You definitely picked up the clippers very young. I can see that. Going back to the whole journey part of it, when did you decide to sort of start saying, you know what, I'm going to start charging for this? Because I know that, because I have a cousin that cuts hair. You might know him. And I know he started in his backyard in a shed. You know, He built a shed and he started cutting hair. And then that's when he started like sort of charging for it. And when was the time where you're like, okay, I'm ready to start, making some coin over here?
Yeah. So as well as your cousin, I was cutting hair outside my backyard. So it sucked when it was super hot, man, because all the hair would stick on their scalp and stuff. Yeah. So I believe it was sophomore year in high school, because I cut hair all summer. I have a shit ton of family cousins that would come and get a haircut by me, and they would tip me. I would be like, no, it's cool. Like, I'm barely learning. Like, and they would still tip me. So I believe one day I cut four people's heads, and I got like $40. And I was like, damn, like, to me, that was a lot of money.
That's lunch money, right?
That's lunch money. That's
lunch
money.
That's
how I was making my lunch money at school. And so my plan was to, throughout middle school and high school, my idea was to go to the oil rigs with my dad. That was my idea. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to do that. Secure.
Once again, it's like that cultural mentality,
right.
Of Hispanics. Our Hispanic parents tells us, you got to go where there's money.
Exactly.
And that's pretty much it. You live by that.
Yep.
There's no flexibility to go left or right, because they want it to be predestined in a way.
Right. They just want to like something that's secured for
you.
They
want the best for you, but they want security, basically, because that's what they've been sort of raised with. If there's no money, there's no food on the table. Exactly. And like, you need food on the table, especially if you want to start a family, and that's their whole mentality.
Yeah.
What did your parents say whenever you started to say, yeah, you know what, I think I want to cut hair?
Yeah, so like I said, I was cutting hair outside, and then where we lived, there was a room that we really didn't use, or we did, but my sister was young, so
the cuckoo room, the one that no one ever goes to.
Me and my brother shared a room, and my sister, that was supposed to be her room, but she never stayed there anyway. So I was like, I talked to my friends, like, hey, winter's coming, can I turn this into a little barber studio? And they're like, yeah, what do you need? Like, all I had was a mirror, a little office desk chair, and so I started cutting hair in there, and I started getting friends from high school, people from outside of high school coming in and asking for haircuts, and I'm like,
that's how they started to trust you, because if you're at that high school level, and then people, like I said before, that high school image is everything, right?
Right.
So if you have friends that are like, yeah, fuck around with my hair, then you can tell that you're like getting somewhere,
right?
Because people are trusting you with that.
So I played sports in high school, and I would get home tired, and like I said, I didn't have a job, and haircutting wasn't really a requirement for me. So I would have people like, hey, cut my hair. And I was like, dude, I don't have time. Like, I got to do this, I got to do that. And they'd start saying, like, I'll give you money. So I was like, oh, okay, that okay, maybe, yeah.
Coin.
Money talks, the dog walks,
Honestly, I have this saying that I've honestly, I think I made up because I've yet to see it somewhere. But it's money bends morals.
Oh.
Money bends morals. So it doesn't matter what level of morality you have. There might be a
limit,
enough zeros behind a check that might bend you over.
Oh, honestly. For sure, man. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I was like, all right, man, like come through, and they would try to give me X amount of money, and I'd be like, you know what, this is cool. And they'd be like, all right, that's cool, but I'm gonna tip you anyway for taking your time.
Wow.
So I started doing that on the weekends, and sometimes even after soccer practice, I'd get home around 6:30, and I would have my little agenda of who I'm cutting today, this and that.
So you started building that schedule, right?
Yes, I did. Okay. There was no apps back then. There was nothing, so it was all on paper, you know.
I know, it's crazy.
So I think it was like $5. I started charging $5. So every time someone would come in, $5. I'd be there late, man. My parents, shout out to them, because they wouldn't even complain. I would be there at 10, 11, 12 p.m.
Son was making money.
Yeah.
Son was making money, no tax.
Honestly, my neighbors thought I was selling drugs, bro, because cars would come and leave. And one time my neighbor came and said, hey, man, you
got that meth?
Yeah, man. I was like, nah, man, I cut hair. He's like, oh, right, you know. So yeah, man. Slowly I started, as time went by, I started increasing my price a little bit. It was until senior year when I was like, you know what, or junior year, I was like, you know what, I could actually make a career out of this. I could actually potentially make a career out of this. At that point, I was like, I don't plan on being rich with this, but I want to make my living off of this.
Which should never be the point for anything.
Right.
I don't think you should plan to be rich. Yeah. I think you should plan to be successful, which is very different.
Yeah, like I've always said, like a lot of people nowadays start into the barber industry because they see there's money and fame and meeting celebrities and this and that. Yeah. When I was young, bro, I loved it. The guy that used to cut my hair, he was a fucking badass. Like, he used to cut my hair sick, and I was like, I like that, you know?
Yeah.
And to me, it's always been passion over profit. So right. I to this day, I follow that, and God's blessed me in a way that me following my passion, profit has come a long way.
Exactly. That's something so real, man. Like, I think about that every single time. Like, it's not about the money. Like, the money will come. Exactly. You know, the money will come. The success will come. You got to leave it on God's hands. And if you got to go to a dry patch or a dry spell, you're going to have to go with it. But then at the other side, you're going to have a blessing behind it. Like, but a lot of people don't believe that. You know, they want to take that shortcut and say, no, I need the money. Like, I need that.
They want it
They want fast. It now. Yeah, they want it
And fast. I think fast money is never the answer, man. And I always believe if it sounds nice, if it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is, you know. It probably is too good to be true. So I've had crazy opportunities to move out of the state, go this and that. Sometimes I think working at the best barbershop in the world wouldn't even help you increase as an individual, you know.
Yeah.
So I think honestly the way I live life is just flow and see what God has in store for me.
That's awesome, man. I think you're in the right track. Like I said before, I think there's something in you, and that's what I'm able to see in you, man. And that's why I wanted to have you, because I see that you're doing things different. You're doing things different. And me being a little older than you, not a lot, but if there's one thing that I could tell you is just basically like stay humble, man. Yeah, stay humble, because that's where people start losing their feet.
Yeah, for sure.
Their footing. That's when you start seeing people like this and not at your, just simply at your level, you know.
Right.
And I feel like when you're humble, at the end of the day, you're not mad. At the other day, you're not frustrated.
Exactly.
Like, that takes away so much of the other BS. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, why do you think, because I look at Instagram all the time. You know, I'm on Instagram, and obviously I don't know much about haircuts, but I am aware of fashion, and I am aware of the trends, because I like that stuff, you know. Course, I'm a guy. That doesn't mean, see, a lot of people think, oh, you're a guy, you can't do that,
right?
You know, you're not supposed to take care of your stuff. But no, that's not the case.
No.
In reality, I think the Instagram and social media has sort of opened a door for us guys that want to, like, feel good, smell nice, look nice, take care of yourself. You know, it's not just like just girls do that.
But yeah.
So as I'm scrolling through Instagram, I see people getting their haircuts, and I see this really cool combination and sort of one area sort of flushes into the other one, and that's streetwear, and then street style, and then barbering. What do you think? There's a connection between all those realms.
You know what, man? That's it's 2020. The barbering industry has grown so much. It's not even just about cutting hair. It's about the hairstyle that you rock. Your eyebrows, are they fleeky? Are they bushy? Your beard. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I don't have a beard, but
unfortunately, my beard looks like shit.
But people with really nice beards, man. I mean, your beard is nice. Like, it's nice.
Thank you.
Like when someone gets a really nice haircut and a really nice beard, it's catchy to the people, you know.
Oh, okay.
It's fashion. It's art. It's just in the industry out there with all the other things, and people love it, man.
Yeah, I feel like nobody knew that. I mean, because haircuts have been going around for ages, right?
For ages.
But I feel like just now, social media has let barbers and the hair industry sort of show this new archetype of art. Exactly. You know, it's artistic. And this might be like a deeper question for you, but it's around the whole artistic side of it. When you grab those clippers, man, when you grab those scissors, do you feel like a connection, just like maybe Da Vinci did with the Mona Lisa, or maybe, you know, like, do you feel a connection with the clippers and the scissors? And when you're getting in there, do you get in this zone, sort of this high when you're cutting hair, that you just sort of make art happen?
You know what? It's really funny that you say that. There's times where I'm cutting hair, and as soon as, like, I always ask my client, like, hey, what do you want done? What are we doing today? You know? Mm-hmm. And if it's a regular client, he'll just be like, the same as always. So I already know what I'm gonna do.
You get it on the tabs in your brain and just like.
Yeah. So I just go in and I zone out. I do it. It happens to me all the time. I zone out. And then I snap back and I'm like, dang, I'm almost done. Like, how? Like, I feel like I was just blacked out and I was doing my work. Like, my eyes at the end of the day hurt so bad because, like, I literally don't blink because I'm just so focused. And like you said, man, I have a connection with my clippers. Like, I could literally close my eyes, and probably not a good haircut, but I know what I'm doing.
That's crazy.
And it's just, man, it's I've never been a good artist drawing or anything like that, so I can't relate to any of that, but I'm guessing it's the same thing. You express your feelings. You just, it's like an energy connection with your clippers, you know? I love it, man. It's just, I like I said, I zone out, and then next thing you know, I'm done with the haircut. I'm like, oh, damn, like, I don't remember doing the whole haircut, you know? Like,
which is scary for the client, but really not, because you're so concentrated that you're in a state of
mind.
A different state of mind.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you're actually like just kind of like a free flow kind of thing, you know? You're just connected. You know what you're doing automatically almost, you know, and you just let yourself be taken. Where do you see hair cutting in the next few years? Like, what's the, like, for people that are like, what's the new trend? You know, I don't know if you've done it, but I've definitely typed in on Google, you know, like, haircuts for 2019 or haircuts for 2020 spring. You start getting specific. Where do you think it's what's the next hype?
Honestly, man, in America, we are so behind on the whole barbering trend.
What?
Yes, every time I go to barber expos and I see different cultures, people like the one I was in Vegas, people fly in from the UK, from Brazil. Oh man, Brazil, the UK, they're so advanced on the barbering industry. I feel like us as people in America, we're so, like you said, especially men, we're so trapped in this whole stereotype that if you try something new, if you add color to your hair, that's gonna make you feminine. You know, it's just gonna take points away from your masculinity. So people are afraid to try new things here, man, and that's why I love people. I love meeting people from the UK, from all over the country, because it's the culture, you know, and on Instagram is probably the biggest social media platform for barbers. That's where you, like, it's basically a resume, and there's these big barber pages with millions of followers, and you can see what's trending. Oh, this month, the haircut with highlights is glowing. So you see a bunch of barbers posting haircuts with highlights, and it's just going viral. Boom, thousands and thousands of views.
People are getting it. People are getting it.
For example, everybody knows Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
When he did the haircut with the comb over and the line, every soccer player kid wanted that haircut. They would go to the barbershop, show me a picture of Cristiano Ronaldo, I want that haircut. People, celebrities, people that are, what are they called? influencers, they create a trend for whether it's clothes, whether it's sneakers, haircuts, all kinds of things. So if someone that people look up to with tons of followers and whatever, people are gonna want that haircut. A buddy of mine told me in Vegas, he's like, you have no idea how much money the barber industry lost when Justin Bieber had his hair grown out. Because guess what? Kids were growing their hair out to be like Justin Bieber. So the barber industry goes down. Guess what? When Justin Bieber cut his hair and got a fade on the sides, boom, skyrocketed up. Why? Because kids wanted a haircut. Wow. Man. It's crazy like that. Wow. Influencers create the path for the future for kids that look up to them.
And that's so true, man. See, that's the thing, and that's what's scary sometimes.
For sure.
Because there's a lot of influencers that really don't give a shit about the kids. Like, they're just and they're doing their life, you know, they're doing themselves, which is completely allowed. But this is where the thing that sort of bugs me a little is that you have views, and you have views because of these people,
right?
And that creates hype for you and money for you, essentially. And you're really you kind of chose to be in that sort of industry in a way. So you got to be a little bit of an example.
Exactly.
Now, if they don't want to be an example, that's completely fine. What we need to do is get better influencers that see this and sort of step on that plate and say, okay, kids, this is cool, but you can be a nice person. You don't have to be an asshole. You can be a decent person. You can be smart and be considered cool and have it be considered cool. You can be a nerd and be completely cool, you know, and I feel like we need to sort of counterbalance those just physical aspects of influencing into something a little more philosophical, maybe even a little more just food for thought, you know. Exactly. More brains instead of just looks. And if we can counterbalance that, then I think that we can create a future generation, or help the future generation be sort of evened out, because we need a little bit of both, you know, because we're humans, and we're vain in a lot of ways, but we also are creatures that need to think, and we need to introspect and sort of analyze and think abstractly. So I feel like if we can have both generations sort of even merge together and create like a better human for the future. I know I sound kind of crazy, but I feel like that's where that's where people should start looking at. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I totally understand you, man. I've myself been affected by situations like that. When say 1 or 2 years in the barbering industry, I used to always look up all these barbers on Instagram that had a massive following, you know. And I was like, damn, like I just can't wait to be like them. Like, I want to meet them. So years later, I get to meet them, and some have been really cool, and then some I'm like, damn, that sucks, because you get disappointed with your idols, you know. And it's like, you grow. Me personally, I grew up to when in my barbering career, I grew up aspiring these barbers, looking up to them,
having role models.
Yes, of course. And I was like, their social media life and their content, all this and all that, and it just I thought the best of them, you know. And I was like, damn, like I want to meet them. Like, I'm so excited. When I went to events, I met a few, and I'm like, it bummed me out, because I used to look up to them, and they're complete assholes.
Straight assholes,
dude. And I'm like, damn, that sucks. Like, you have 100,000 followers, and all these kids look up to you the same way I did.
Right.
Like, you just lost me at that, you know?
Yeah.
And it hurts, man, because it's like, damn, like, you aspire really someone,
liked you, man.
Yeah, like,
I really liked
like, it's like you try to ignore the fact that they did that. You really do. Like I did. I was like, nah, he's probably just having a bad day. And I'm like, you know what? He's an asshole.
Yeah.
So, luckily for me, my social media is growing right now. I got kids messaging me in this. So I used to think back then, when I had 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers, I would message barbers and I'd be like, dude, like, I look up to you. Like, your work is super dope.
Like DM him and stuff like that.
Right. And I would never get a reply, bro. And I'm talking, they had 50,000 followers. So I'm like, you know what? Like, I understand. They're never going to see my message.
Right.
And I'm like, me being in the position where I'm at right now, I'm like, I see every message that I get. It might take me a few days to get back to you, but I will get back to you.
But you're on that shit. You're on that shit.
Yes, because I'm like, I know what it was like to be fucking turned down by one of my idols, you know? So I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna be that guy, you know. And it sounds cliche because that's obviously what everybody's gonna say, but it really is like that, man. Especially for me. And I was like, damn, this guy I used to fucking look up to really fucked me, dude. Like, I'm like, damn, that sucks, you know. And it's just hard to look at his work without being like, you're an asshole. Without being like, oh shit, he posted something.
Yeah. And or just have them post like a fake image,
right,
of like this showing, this sort of a charity side or that this nice side when you know that they're not that person,
right. And it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah. I totally understand that, man. And it's just kind of like, it's just sad. Honestly, it's just sad when you meet your idols and they become your rivals, like that Drake.
I used that quote one time.
Yeah.
It was like a quote. It's like, grind so hard that your idols become your rivals.
Yeah.
And I truly believe it, man.
Well, you're stepping on that ground, buddy.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
I think you're stepping on that ground. So let me see. I wanna go back a little bit, sort of step back from the barbering. We'll come back to it, but actually, before I do that, tell me about your experience in Vegas. You were in Vegas. And
yes.
I wanted to hear more about that.
Okay, so what happened in Vegas was, once again, thanks to my Instagram, I post daily. I post it daily on my Instagram, whether it's hair videos or pictures. It's just kind of exposure for it's a great way to get sponsorships from big companies, whether it's products or barber equipment type stuff like that. So this barber company reached out to me via message.
Wow, that's awesome. What's the feeling, man? What's the feeling when someone's sliding into their DMs offering you shit?
Honestly, man, it's very unreal. Like today, for example, I was at the same barber expo I was at this past one a year ago, and I was messaging companies like, hey, like if you ever need a sponsor, you got me. I post daily. Never heard anything back from them. A year later, I got a message today saying like, congratulations, you were chosen to see if you want to get sponsors. I'm like, no.
You were chosen, huh?
You know,
they throw that phrase like you are the one and only.
I even texted my girlfriend. I'm like, fuck these guys. Like, now they want to text me, you know. But no, man. So they reached out to me and they're like, hey, we love your work. We're gonna send you a care package and tell us what you think about it.
Like, basically testing
a product because it's not even out yet. Some of the product is out. So sure enough, a couple days later, I got the product. I like it. I use it. You know, show videos, show exposure to them. Show
of course, yeah. Basically, that's what they need. That,
so
commercialism.
Yeah. So that was a few months back, and then it's called the Las Vegas Barber Expo. It's one of the biggest barber expos there is in America.
It looks. I saw your Instagrams. And they're huge.
Super lit, bro. There's celebrities in there. There's celebrity barbers. It's really cool, man. And
they got you.
Yeah. So they reached out to me and they're like, hey, so he actually called me. He's like, we were on the phone. He's like, hey, so we're building a team. He's like, we're building a team. We're flying all these people. We want you to come. And I'm like, yeah, man. I was actually gonna go to the expo regardless if I was
because it's one of those things that you want to go.
It's a great networking. It really shows exposure.
Right,
you go network, shake hands with people.
See, you understand the show. You understand it.
Yeah. So I was gonna go regardless, man. So he was trying to fly me out, but I was like, you know what, bro? Like I was gonna drive regardless. Instead, you could pay my mileage or whatever. He's like, no problem. We got you covered. Everything is on me. You know.
That's awesome.
So we went out there, man, and we had a class. The show event was on Sunday, and I got there on Friday night. The class, we had a team class all Saturday day, to see like how like I've never been on stage teaching a class. You know,
that's crazy.
So we had some pointers on how to do that, using the equipment, using this and that.
Were you nervous?
Oh, dude, I was so nervous, man.
You were shitting yourself.
And there was only like 20 of us in the room, right? It was a team. So I was a little nervous. Not going to lie. Especially since I've never done something like that, you know?
And you have the right to be nervous. I mean, nobody's born like just having this capacity to say, I'm going to teach, I'm going to put on a mic, and you guys get to follow up. And you know the crazy thing is that the people in there are actually paying fucking attention. Yeah.
So it's crazy, man, because I put myself in their shoes. Like, for example, last year, I wasn't on stage. I was walking around. Looking at the people on stage.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like vice versa now, you know?
What? That is unreal, brother. That is unreal.
So I was on the following day. I got some good night rest. You know, I didn't even go out. It's just like, you know what? I'm tired. I was exhausted. So the next day, the event comes, and I didn't want to be the first one on stage. I'll be honest with you. One of my buddies was, and he killed it.
No, I'm the same way. Whenever I had to do a presentation for school, yeah, I'm just like, I'm the last one. Yeah. I don't give a, if you want to fight me about it, fight me about it. But I'm going last, you know?
Yeah, so my time to shine finally came. I put on the fucking little Britney mic, you know?
The Britney mic?
The little Britney mic. That's what they call it. I thought it was hilarious. So here I am, man. There are thousands of people walking around, checking out the booth. We had tons of equipment, and then it's a crazy experience, man. Cause it's like, how are you not gonna get nervous when there's really big barbers in the industry that have been cutting hair for 25 plus years, looking at you cut hair, and it's like, damn, well, I can't fuck up because they're gonna know, you know. It's not like you're teaching a class to people that don't know, because they're gonna be like, oh shit, he did that, that's dope, you know. Yeah. But someone that knows is gonna be like, oh, like, what are you doing different, you know, this and that. I was really nervous, man, but overall it was a great experience, and there's many more to come, and I tell a lot of people, not just barbers, like, if you want to get opportunities like this, all you got to do is just show exposure, post daily,
be on that shit,
just be on the grind, man. Honestly, for me, that shit didn't start, it wasn't like an overnight thing, but at the same time it almost was, because I was posting every day.
That's how it happens, kind of. Yeah, that's how it happens.
Like, all it takes is one, especially Instagram. It has a weird algorithm where you have to post daily and then show a video that just goes viral. Next thing you know, all your posts are getting good views, good likes.
Yeah, because you start getting hype from the people who are like, oh shit.
Yeah. So honestly, like I said, not just for barbering, but makeup. There's a lot of makeup people that I know that post daily and good content. And guess what? Makeup brands reach out to them like, hey, we want to send you this product.
I know. It's crazy that in our little area, being a smaller town, there's influencers like sort of popping. That's crazy.
And it's like, you don't have to be from a big city to be popping.
Yeah, I feel like that's all BS.
Yeah, that's all bullshit, man. Because I used to think the same way. I'm like, oh well, I'm never gonna go anywhere in Junction.
There's more opportunities out there, but with social media, that has gone oversimplified.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's like a wall that we broke in social media. Like, if you want it, you're gonna get it, and that's why I love what you're doing. I love this. So that's why I'm here.
Thank you, man. I mean, like that quote, that meme quote says, "It ain't much, but it's honest work."
It's honest work.
It's honest work. Being this your first podcast, what are your thoughts about it, man?
Honestly, I thought I was gonna be a little more nervous, but I like it. I just feel like it's, especially with someone I know. We have a lot of connection, like you said, the whole soccer thing. I feel really comfortable, and it's not as bad as I thought.
I'm glad, brother.
I like it.
I'm glad, brother, because that's the type of vibe.
It's nice. I like it. It's like something I definitely want to do more in the future.
Yeah, of course, man. And this is your house, man. This is your house. I would love to have you in the future for whatever, just to fuck around, you know?
Yeah.
Because obviously, like I said, you do have a funny side of it. And
thank you, man.
That's actually where I wanted to drift off a little bit because I'm obsessed with comedy, man. Like
Me too.
I digest it like, I don't know, day and night. That's all. I'm listening to jokes, thinking. When I think in a joking manner, you know, like,
yeah, like
always bullshitting in my head, you know, and it can get annoying for people. But
and it sucks because not everybody's like that, man. So some people, me personally, I could be in the worst mood ever, but if someone comes up to me in a sarcasm manner, it's just a vibe that attracts me, and I'm like, okay, like, that's what's up. And there's people that you try to like fuck around with, and they're just not about it. I'm like, damn, man, come on, bro, like, you know.
See, I don't know if it happens to you, but when I see people that are moody or that are like not into it, like, or that they don't laugh, I want to make them laugh even harder. Like, right? I try to like I'm gonna make you laugh.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna make you laugh, and it doesn't matter how stupid I get, I'm gonna make you laugh. And usually I've gotten really good responses. You know, I crack them.
Yep. And you never know what other people are going through. So maybe you change their day. You change their day outcome. You know, they're going through some shit, and they really don't want to hear the fucking sarcasm. But when you break in, they're like, oh fuck, all right, this guy got me. You know?
This guy got me, and they hate it, but we love it.
Yeah,
you know?
Dude. They fucking hate that shit.
Sort of hovering around the whole funny ambience. Have you always been funny, or because I noticed the nature of you being funny, and I've heard comments that you say, and they fucking are hilarious. But I just wanted to know, were you that kid that was funny around classrooms?
Honestly, bro, I'll be honest. I consider myself a funny guy, but like you said, I don't try to be funny. It's just like, sometimes I'm like, dude, like, why are you laughing? Like, I wasn't trying to be funny. Like, for example, Carlos, my friend, like, he thinks I'm hilarious. I'm like, bro, like, chill. Like, I'm not, like, I'm not trying to be funny. But it's just, it has to be a connection with someone, like, like you just can't be funny out of nowhere. Like, it just comes in and just does this thing. But I did get in trouble quite a bit in elementary school for being the class clown. Oh, yeah. And same. It's just like the teacher, she loved it, but she hated it because I would take attention away from her and the kids would laugh. Yeah. But it's like, I wasn't really trying to. It's just kind of like,
it's my nature. It's just who I am. It's just kind of
shit what it is, you know?
Yeah. If you think about it now, because we might have been young, but the teachers might have been what, like maybe our age now? Yeah. Literally. Yeah, for sure. And then you think about it and you're like, that teacher was definitely having a blast.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
She just couldn't deal with it.
She had to control the class. And I don't blame her, but man, like, she definitely went home and told her husband, like, oh, fucking
Jose,
he just got me today, like, motherfucker.
Yeah, just fucking started playing with glue and shit and just stuck somebody. What's the craziest thing that you've done as a kid when you were a kid, or just some bullshit like that you were like, god dang,
that's a good question. I've never been asked that, but let me see. Fuck.
Because I've definitely like done some stupid shit. Like I was talking in the past show about eating dry ice. Was it dry ice? Is that what it was?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I was just bullshitting. Like my mother. I remember my mother brought a brick. Because they used to sell it at the store, right? And I was really excited because I don't know if you've seen it, but when you cut dry ice and you put it in water, it creates this sort of foggy effect, right? Yeah. And I was just like, I just want to see. It was kind of a challenge. You know how I'm going to put it in my mouth and I want to see how long I can last with it. And obviously it freaking burns your tongue. So that didn't go very far, but I used to do things like that weren't necessarily like, what the fuck were you doing? Like,
that's crazy, man. Dry ice.
Or I think one time I had this instance where there was this bee and I had a rubber mallet and I was just, I think I was in kinder and I started trying to hit the bee. Yeah, I was hitting it and I was just like, I want to see if I can kill it, right? So the bee is standing there just fucking all fucked up and I'm like, I got her. I grab it and the stinger got me. So even though it was dead, I got poked with the stinger. And I'm in kindergarten. I show the teacher my fingers like a Cheeto, dude, like fat as fuck, and she was like, why did you do that? And I was like, I don't know, because I was just I was just that kid, I was just really stupid in a way.
Honestly, bro, man, I don't think I was a hooligan like that when I was little. One time I did get a kid suspended for my fault.
Okay, what happened? Tell me the story.
It was like around February when it was like snow had fallen, but it was like already kind of like melting, in a way. It's icy.
It's really here cold in Colorado, so it's whatever the fuck the weather wants to be.
I fucking got a nice ball. It wasn't even fucking snow, bro. And I threw it to some kid hoping I hit his back. And this motherfucker turned around and hit him right in the eye.
Oh, shit.
And he starts
with
bleeding.
eyes?
Yeah, it was an ice ball. Fuck. And I was like, as soon as I seen it, I was like, fuck. And there was this fucking kid on the other side just fucking, when you like bend over and start throwing, start like digging shit or like throwing shit behind it. This kid fucking turned around and he's bleeding. Not crazy, but just a little bit.
He got a gash.
And I fucking point at that kid. So
just blame it.
I was like, dude, I was fucking him. Like,
it was Larry, bro. It was Larry.
So this fucking kid goes up to him. He's like, bro, because he's seen him too. This fucking kid was going in on the fucking snow,
That was probably me. That would have been me. The kid going on the fucking snow doing that.
So that fucking kid thought like, damn, I fucking hit you. Like when he was doing that, he's like, damn, bro, my bad. And the fucking kid was crying, and the teacher came in. We're at recess, and she's like, hey, what's going on over here? And he's like, he's over here jacking around and hit me with eyes. And the fucking kid, he had no idea that he hit him, but he's like, all right, well, I was fucking doing some shit, so I might have hit him on accident.
Yeah.
Fucking kid got suspended for like 3 days. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I feel like shit, bro, but I'm not getting suspended. I got Mexican parents. They're going to whoop my ass if I get suspended.
It's a guaranteed ass whooping.
You're going to fucking get your ass whooped.
Yeah. It's a guaranteed butt whooping.
I was in the bus, bro, and I was just holding my ass the whole day. I was like, damn, I'm going to get fucking suspended.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wait, but I didn't get suspended, so I'm good. Well, that shit sucked, bro.
Damn.
I did get a fucking pink slip from the bus one time, and my dad thought it was a fucking end of the world. It was like it's a fucking pink slip, bro. It's a warning. You get 3 of those motherfuckers before you get kicked off the bus.
Okay.
And it was just one, and fuck, dude, I was so fucking stressed. I was like, how am I gonna show this to my parents? And because, bro, my parents were fucking strict with that shit, bro. Like, fuck, like. Normal parents would be like, all right, you got a warning, don't fucking do it again. Mexican parents are like, oh shit, what?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? So my dad fucking tripped balls on me and fucking gave me a 3-hour talk, like, you know, like, listen, motherfucker.
Yeah, mijo, you gotta buckle up.
Yeah, dude. So
because this is not you. This is not what we teach in this house, okay?
It's like, you know better than this.
Yeah, you know better.
So yeah, man, I didn't really do much shit as a child. I tried to avoid problems.
Yeah.
I was scared to get in trouble.
Were you a quiet kid, or were you kind of
No, fuck no, dude. I was fucking outgoing. I always loved to talk in class. Not for when they like say raise your hand if you know the answer.
Yeah.
Fuck no. I was just always talking to my friends and
BSing around.
just fucking around, dude.
Yeah.
And that's probably what got me in trouble most of the time. Every time I go to conference, they're like, he's a good kid and all, but he needs to lower the chit chat a little bit. I'm like, fuck, boys, that's how my dad is, you know? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, he's so talkative.
Yeah, so it's like, fuck.
Yeah, I totally understand.
I wish I would have done a little more fucking hooligan shit so I could tell my kids when I was older, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, when I was in fucking middle school, I beat the fuck out of this kid, you know? But I don't got cool stories like that, man. I don't. I wish I did though.
I think I don't know. I think I've always been pretty talkative, but I've also been kind of shy in a way. But I've definitely had my good fair share of just like doing the randomest things, you know, and I feel like that's something that you don't really see nowadays. I feel like a lot of kids are missing out on that, just especially in Mexico.
Oh, dude.
You know, you just get to do stupid things, honestly.
One quick thing. When I was little, I just wanted to fucking be old, you know? I just wanted to grow up, get a job, buy my shit. And my mom would tell me, like, hey, you need to chill. Like, enjoy your childhood.
There's time.
And I was like, nah, fuck that. Like, I want to go. And now that I'm older and I'm actually doing these things, I'm like, fuck that. So I tell my siblings, I'm like, hey,
me back.
Like, listen, motherfucker, I'm the same way you were. Like, I used to fucking want to grow up and get a car and this and that. Enjoy your fucking childhood. Yeah. And it's so fucking cliche, bro, because you're gonna hear that all the time.
Yeah, but
like, enjoy
kids
your childhood.
need to actually start listening.
Wish you could just literally tell them, like, listen. Especially with my little sister, bro. She's 12 and she does her makeup all crazy, and I'm like, dude, you need to fucking enjoy your childhood.
Yeah. Go have fun with your friends. Go.
That's the thing, bro.
Eat more boogers.
Yeah, like go fucking eat dirt outside. Kids nowadays eat their fucking
play
phones.
with the worms outside a little bit.
I fucking did, bro. Oh, dude, I had the best childhood, bro.
Yeah.
I love my childhood.
Where are we, Deegan? We're at minute 47. Okay, we're almost there. We got 3 more minutes for the 50 minute mark.
Go Shoddy.
Go Shoddy. Why isn't 50 Cent making any music anymore?
Honestly, I don't know, bro.
I think I might make this on for future podcast references and interviews. What's on your playlist right now? What are you listening to?
I like a lot of Drake.
Dude, just the other day I was vibing with Drake. Like, I was like, I gotta listen to his album, man. Like, he tries to do that hard shit, you know, but I like it when he's soft, man.
I love
it's
soft
okay.
vibes.
It's okay, people. Like, I
like
it because the things he say, like, they hit.
They
hit. If you're actually listening, he doesn't only just have good beats, he also has good lyrics.
Oh, for sure.
Whether he writes it or not, I don't give a damn. Like,
as long as it's good, I'm gonna listen to it.
It's good stuff. And I definitely I'd be sitting there just listening to his stuff. And I remember, I have a story. Someone gave me a CD, a Drake CD. Nobody had ever given me something CD. Like a CD, especially in a newer age, you know. And this was a while back, but this was kind of new to me. And the person gave me the Take Care album.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I remember I don't know how many times I listened to that album. Dude. I cried to
Marvin's Room.
Marvin's Room.
Cue the beat.
Yeah. Do you remember that song?
Oh, dude.
That song hit hard.
Honestly, bro, I was too young to be heartbroken, but I fucking felt like I was going through some shit as a kid listening to
That's how you know a song is good. Like,
yeah,
if
bro.
you can listen to it and like you feel the lyrics or feel
like, God damn, why am I so fucking sad, bro? Like, what's going on? Nah, dude, I definitely got all kinds of music. I got fucking dubstep, Skrillex, Mexican, like, I love it all, bro. It just honestly depends the vibe, dude. You know, like I could go to work listening to Drake and come back listening to fucking Legado Siete, you know, just vibes.
Yeah, and I feel like, and a lot of people that ask you, oh, what do you like listening to? I feel like it's
just an impossible question.
It's an impossible question because it's honestly,
it's like saying, what's your favorite food?
Yeah, exactly. Like when you came in, the music that we had playing, you know, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. Yeah. It's just a vibe. Obviously, I'm not gonna. I don't know. It's just like the music that I like to play right before I'm gonna start a sort of a set, you know, or a show, just to sort of get in the zone, relax a little bit, not think about too much. Just kind of like
just ease in,
groove, ease in. So Jaybarber, we are at 50 minutes in. I think that's good enough. I think we've hit quite a few points.
Time flew by, man. It's already been 50 minutes.
Yeah. Real quick, I always have a section where we do plugins. So please tell everybody the name of your shop again, and then your social media, just so that we can get more followers for you and more views, whatever it takes, man.
So the barber studio name is Obrigado Barber Studio, and you can follow me on Instagram at Jaybarber1010, Jaybarber1010. A lot of people just put the J. Okay. No, it's Jaybarber1010.
The spelling of the word, basically Jay.
Yeah. Spell it out.
Okay. And do you just want to do your Instagram? Do you have anything else?
That's it, man. That's
your
what
Instagram.
I mostly focus on.
Okay, guys. Like I said before, you guys can follow me at DMay92. This has been a great show. I think it was great for the first time interviewing.
I just want to say thank you for having me, man. It's my honor to be here, and it was really fun. Honestly, if you have not done a podcast with a friend of yours or someone, it's like stress, like it releases stress, bro. It's a good time.
That's why people.
But you're just recording. It's so much fun. You can go back and like laugh at it. You know? Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely looking forward to it.
I will try to have this uploaded as soon as I can. It's my birthday tomorrow, so.
Oh shit! Happy early birthday, man.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll try to get it done. Part of it today, maybe tonight. You might. I'm not promising.
No rush, man. Perfect.
But I definitely do enjoy you being the virginizing the interview part of this.
Yeah, man, it's something new, and like podcast. I said, I like it, man. I didn't think I was gonna like something that I've never tried, but I really enjoyed it.
I'm glad, brother. I'm glad.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. With that being said, Yolkin family, thank you so much for tuning in. Next week, we're gonna get spooky, just to celebrate a little bit of Halloween. So stay tuned. And with that being said, see ya next time.